Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail, and we're back with more Judgment Game 3 of my growth deck as I'm playing the Mad Alchemist. And hello to you too. Have fun, good luck. There we go. So, Mad Alchemist, I believe I've seen him before, and I believe he is a much better player than me, but we shall see right here as he's going first. I do get an interesting starting draw here. Powerbound and New Orders are going to be really good cards to ditch early. He's playing Energy. This could end pretty terribly for me, but we shall see. Like many people have said before, well, I don't know what people are saying here, but I did get a Magnetizer to start out with, so that's not awful. As I have said previously, Growth versus Energy used to be one of my favorite matchups, at least for me to chomp on Energy, and Energy has gotten some good cards that people seem to make some good use out of, and the limited format seems to play very well to Energy's strengths in terms of removal, but he is playing Order as well, so that is fascinating to me. But we shall go ahead and, I guess, drop a Sister of the Fox to at least get his attention and maybe draw some removal here. Berserker is going to be nice. I'd love to get like a Ragged Wolf, Stag-Hearted, and take out that Dust Runner, because that Dust Runner is going to be a pain in the ass with this deck. So this could be a game that doesn't last too long. Like I said before, my goal is to win 2 or 3 matches with this deck. I didn't have the best draft here. And that's one of the things that I've seen some complaints about Judgment, and don't get me wrong, Judgment's not perfect. There's plenty of things that need to be fixed, and I hope Mojang does work on just a few simple tweaks, whether it's card rarities or what have you. But, I mean, long and short, sometimes with Judgment, as you can see right here, sometimes you just get a crappy draft and there's not too much you can do about it. So there's really not too much else to say other than hope things go better for you next time. So let's see, a Ragged Wolf and Stagheart. Can't make the play I want to make with that just yet, but if I do put the Frostbeard out in front, that could be fun times had by some people here in the future. But I do want to out-tempo this deck. It does look like he's playing a Growth Energy Weenie deck. So we'll see kind of what happens here. I probably should have moved the Sister down to at least pressure. But he's got another unit that he's dropping in front of these two. So my hopes for that are probably going to be going awry, especially if it's a Spearman. No, he's sacking for scrolls, so he's going straight up Weenie deck. So there we go. That changes our strategy just a little bit here, because if he's going to hide these guys behind this, I'm not going to play that game. So it's your double Stagheart. That's really nice. Probably better to play the Frostbeard at this point. Like I said, I just want to be able to drive him out of there if possible. I do want double Stagheart. Probably of all the cards that I have, the Mangy Wolf is the weakest. So we're going to save that. We're going to go ahead and drop the Frostbeard. Probably, I don't know, something wants me to put it here, something makes me want to put it back here. We'll drop it back here. I'm going to save the Ragged Wolf for when he exposes himself, and possibly Ragged Wolf double Stagheart. I don't know the full plan for now, but at least I did get a Berserker early, so that's a start. And if he does have, well, he's not going to be able to play an Inferno Blast right away, but he does have some small cards. Like I said, that Obelisk is a little bit irritating, because if I had been able to get that Ragged Wolf out sooner, and I think I only have one in my deck, that would have been really nice. But still, I do have it with a Stagheart, possible double Stagheart here. So he is moving to dodge. Guess the next question is, what is he going to do now? So multiple infantrymen, that is a pretty hellacious line that he has there. And a Skin Zealot as well. So just a few attacks here. Not too much else to do other than just say, okay, I will acknowledge the fact that he is playing a Weenie deck, and he will likely be able to destroy my person before everything goes off. However, that Pocket Rally is really nice. In fact, I almost want to get rid of the Berserker. Actually, I don't want to get rid of the Berserker, but I'm probably not going to have too much of a choice. It's a good card. Oh, this is where I want to play everything that I have. This hurts. This hurts, but we're getting rid of it. Like I said, it's my key card, but my gut tells me this is the play I need to make right now, just to start skimming into this line. It's not a relentless unit, but we do have 5/6. It's a start. Maybe Stagheart on something else would be better, I don't know. But at least the rallying could expose the Dust Runner. Maybe I could have taken out the Obelisk there. Yeah, it is a big wolf. Like I said, that's why he's a better player than I am. I'm just going through the growth motions. There's some nice growth cards to be had. that I'm still working on getting. It cost gold. I don't have shards. So he's probably going to do something to really screw up my day right now. And actually, if he does sacrifice this guy and attacks with everything, it could be the end of me just a little bit, so. But I am trying to force him to have to deal with shit, so it's a start. So this rally could be really good news for me. Crimson Bull is decent, not quite necessary. Okay, so the other play that I can make, which is pretty interesting, I guess there's not too much to it at this point, because I can't rally and block this guy. But I guess probably, since I can't play Horn of Ages, might as well rally here. Might as well take something out, and we'll see kind of what happens. So some damage. There we go. I have a bunch of rallies in this deck. Right now I'm just trying to outpace him. And Binding Root's going to be really useful on the Dust Runner, because the Dust Runner right now is the biggest threat to my deck. And he can actually take out both of these guys, so that was a pretty stupid move to expose myself. But hey, that's what I get for being a little too eager to knock things out. I should have just kept those guys a little bit more protected. Instead, now I don't really have a good answer for what he's going to try and do. So there's a focus. So now he's going to kill this guy, take out both the Stag Hearts, summons as well. So interesting, he's playing with more structures here. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing with the energy other than the Dust Runner, but we're still going to be watching this Ragged Wolf die and the two Staggered Hearts, not Staggered Hearts. So second rallying, now that is fascinating. Alright, we're going to ditch the Horn of Ages. And we're going to have a Mangy Wolf, which is nice. And I guess we're going to just rally again. That's the move of the day. So he wants to leave these guys available. There we go. Should be able to dodge that, get a new orders as well, which is pretty good. At least I'm staying in front of the card curve a little bit. I do have plenty of resources. He sacrificed for scrolls a little faster. Kabonk on my Frost guy. He's done some job. Like I said, the one reason that Frostbeard I don't particularly like is that it has to die from combat damage, and there's so many ways that just one regular damage can kill it. So second Dust Runner, my life is nearly complete now. Eye of the Eagle, let's go ahead and cast that for another person here. So how are we going to do this? Let's go ahead and let's just root you. There we go. So we'll keep you nice and safe. Not too much else to do. I do get another Ducal Infantryman, which I can drop. I probably actually should have put it down there. So Kabonk on the Sister. Now he's cleared my board. This is going to be a long one, I think. But at least right now, I'm not totally dying, but my deck is just kind of behind. So that's not too good plays on my part. I was a little irresponsible with my creatures, and he can hide his crossbowman under here and take out an idol. So right now I'm in pretty poor shape, just because I wanted to get fancy with the Ragged Wolf. And I don't have a lot of fantastic ways to come back from this. So we're not going to play the Ducal Infantryman right now. Let's see what other cards we can get. I don't feel like Binding Root's the right card here. Owl probably is not the right card here. But you know what? We're going to play a damn owl anyway. Now the question is, do I want to actually protect this idol? And I guess the answer to that is yes. So we're just going to go ahead and, I guess, drop creatures. Well, let's play what we got. Probably should have put the owl behind her head, I don't know, but owls, I guess, are a little bit of a valuable card if you get a Sister of the Owl, which of course I didn't draft. But right now, I think Mad Alchemist has just drafted a better card than me, so there's the flip. Yeah, I think he has drafted a better deck than me. But that's okay. That's, like I was saying before, some people and maybe this is the point that I never got around to making before, is I've heard some complaints about a draft mode where people say, wah, other players get better cards than me. You know what? That's a draft mode, and sometimes you get a really good draft, and sometimes you get a really crappy draft. I don't sit here and try and cycle through a zillion drafts until I get the perfect one. I just made the one that I got. It happened to be Growth, which I was kind of hoping for and then you go on with it. So fertile soil time. I think it's time to try and get some more cards, see what else we can do. There's a Quake, which is going to be useful. Fierce Tactics, probably do not need 2 of them at this stage of the game. So let's go ahead and sack for order right now. And I'm going to put out a Ducal Infantryman, but I'm not... At least I have the Quake in my pocket. Let me put it like that. Because that Ducal Infantryman could outpace other things. Plus Fierce Tactics is nice. Quake's going to be a good board clear if I can follow it up. There's a burn, so he just got a card back. Alright. But if he is playing a weenie deck, there's a Shrine, which gives everybody else 1 more health. But I think if I were to Quake that Shrine, things would just go away, so... I'm not too heartbroken by that. I think I want to amass some cards, because he's not going to be able to take out my idols this turn. There we go. So I'm going to get rid of the other Fierce Tactics. It's so sad how I haven't been able to play it so well. And let's see what else we get. We get a Rallying and a Beast Rat. Yeah, that's not going to do... not going to do me a ton of favors. But I guess what I can do is just do that, I guess. I do not like dead turns like that. And maybe I could have Quaked, but I'm hoping for him to do just 1 more thing here. If he plays a second Shrine, I guess I'll be a little sadder, but Shrine looks like a useful card, actually, in this format. So please don't play a creature with more than 2 health. I haven't seen him play too many yet. There's a Canonetta, so there is a creature with more than 2 health. There's a Crossbowman. If there's ever a time to Quake, it's right now, because he just dumped his load. So, not too awful on my end, I guess. So 1 damage there. Let's not F around this time. Let's just Quake it. So, hello, Quake. Boom. They all die. Magnetizer. Go. Nice thing about the Magnetizer is that if I put the Ducal Infantryman behind him, he's going to be able to do something else. Yeah, and I mean, let's see. He's saying nice one there. I do feel like I telegraphed that because I just sat there and didn't really do a lot. So he's going to put a Ducal Infantryman in front, which is fine. Except for the fact that that means the Canonetta is going to be able to attack. Well, what can you do? Oh, I know what I can do. I can Stag Heart. Alright, so let's cast Eye of the Eagle. See if we can get something beefier out in front. He just started playing less than a week ago. Something tells me that's not true for some reason. Alright, so how are we going to do this? Mangy Wolf is probably going to be maybe a little sacrificial. I don't know. Because I can't play the Mangy Wolf and the Stag Heart, unfortunately, at the same time. I can play the Ducal Infantrymen. Well, let's see here. I don't really need Rallying at this point. Let's see if I can get something else. Okay. That is fascinating. I can Crimson Bull and Stag Heart and have a good time. I could... Yeah, let's do that. Might as well. I want to protect this guy. The piercing damage is going to be a pain in the butt, but I am going to be Stag-Hearted. So, we'll start there. So there. Crimson Bull. Kaboom. Now that means the Canonetta is going to be able to go off, but it's going to do hopefully just 1 damage. I mean, that's a crazy Magnetizer, that's true. I really recognize Mad Alchemist from somewhere else. Maybe I'm just crazy. There's a lot of alchemists out there. But I'm still not feeling too great about my position right now because I've had to use a lot of cards just to kind of get to this stage, and he's continuing to do what Energy loves to do, which is just take out my board slowly but surely. I really need to get more stuff on the board here in just a little bit. So I guess the other Fierce Tactics is probably going to go. I don't know if he has anything to drop in front of his Canonetta or if he's just going to let it die. But Stagheart Magnetizer is a good, useful combo here. So there's a Kabonk. I guess he's just going to have, I guess he's just going to try and kill my creatures. My Magnetizer's in burn range, and he has shown that he has burn. Which one change Mojang said they're going to do is change the rarity of burn, but, I mean, who knows when their changes are actually going to come into play. It could be any day of the week. Iron Whip, okay. It's still going to be at 1 health, so I guess that's what he wants to do, so that's what he'll do. Eye of the Eagle. Let's cast that. There we go. This is the kind of guy we want in front here. So I'll just take that out. Hope this guy hopefully I can start putting in more creatures in the next few turns. So right now I'm not super comfortable with where I am in this game. I really need to start going over the top here. That Quake did get me back in this because he did spend a lot of cards, but unfortunately with the way this game works, there's the Kabonk to end it. That's okay. Magnetizer kind of did its job. I'll be a little sad if he hides his Cannonetta behind a structure, but he did just cast summons. He doesn't seem to have a lot of energy structures though. So, sacrificing for more order, don't know if I like that. Hopefully it's not a Blessing of Haste. Actually, it wouldn't be terrible because that would buff this guy. But there we go. Not too much of a turn here. He did kill one of my creatures, so that's interesting. Let's get rid of the other Fierce Tactics. And let's see what we got here. I could try and move this guy out of the way, but I do kind of want him to take damage. I am worried once again that he's going to get killed, so probably Power Bound just to start out here, and we'll do this move. And if he wants to try and take out the owl, that's okay. So I do have New Orders and Binding Root kind of sitting on me right now. Kind of daring him to see if he does want to attack my Berserker, but if he does have a burn, he can take it out. But I guess that'll give me more order, which isn't fantastic for this deck. Because I guess if I am having a problem with this deck, it's the ability to actually kill people. Because there we go, there's the burn, that's what I was afraid of. So there's an Obelisk as well, and his Cannonetta is still there. So that was a completely useless sacrifice of my unit here, and that's where I guess kind of the 1 health every turn isn't always the strongest thing in the world because, well, people... Okay, so we're going to ditch New Orders for now. We need more cards here. So Magnetizer, Stagheart once again. Fun little combo. And I can play most of the things here, so we're going to move Ali Poo up here. So let's drop this down. Okay. Once again, maybe not the best play in the world, but I do have a Binding Root to hold up this Cannonetta if need be. Mangy Wolf gets some healing. So how many Staghearts do I have? Apparently I couldn't hit them at all last game and I'm hitting them this game, so we'll see. So now he's going to hide his Dust Runner, which is unfortunate for me, so it's time for me to move out of this lane. Make him make a play. Because if I have to Quake again, then I'll just Quake that Cannonetta down. It's probably best to Binding Root because the extra action of her moving around and doing all this crap is not very useful to me. So Ragged Wolf, be nice if I had a Pother, but I don't have a Pother. I guess we could Horn of Ages first. That seems like a decent play. And I would just want to see if I can bait him upstairs to this other lane. So we'll do that. You kind of want some better moves for a Horn of Ages than that, but gotta drop the Frostbeard up here too, just to try and get things going. He's not in Thunder Surge range, so probably better just to try and keep these things split just a little bit. Idle damage? What is this idle damage that I'm doing? Okay. Now, once again, the important thing, part 1, is that I have... Come on, new orders. Does he have new orders? I don't know if new orders is going to do him a ton of good, but it'll do some good if he can speed up this dust runner. But at least this has opened up the possibility of all these guys attacking next turn and leaving the Cannonetta exposed again. So that's a start. Of course, once again, he does have a burn. He does have some creature removal here. So I've got to play this super careful. So if I can clear his board, that'll be nice. There's a State Machine. Very good card for this deck, or to face my deck. But I think I have the creatures that I need out right now, so can probably live with that State Machine. So you have Horn of Ages on you. There we go. Alright. If he gets out multiple State Machines, I'll kind of laugh and say, wah, wah, wah. Okay, so we're getting rid of the Binding Root now. That's okay. Fertile Soil is actually a really useful card as well. And we're not going to fight the State Machine right now. You're right. New orders probably would have been a lot nicer. Let's go ahead and at least use some of our mana for Fertile Soil here. There we go. Cast this. Beast Rat. That's good. Ducal Infantryman. Ducal Infantryman will actually survive the one State Machine here. So I think I'll be okay. I can probably start sacrificing for resources at this point pretty soon. I do have a new orders again, which is nice. So I guess the other question is that if I'm trying to clear his board next turn with a rally, I'm going to need the infantryman here. So let's hope he doesn't have a lot in the way of removal. But at least I did manage to take out his Dust Runner, so that counts for something. I don't know if I'm going to be able to totally clear his board. Okay, I'm definitely not going to be able to totally clear his board now, but unless I happen upon a Ghetto God hand, which I strongly doubt is happening. But he is hiding behind a State Machine, which is smart. Blast Strike. Crossbowman, okay. So Blast Strike, let's remind ourselves what that is. When it does damage to one unit, it does 1 damage to every adjacent unit. So that's something I am going to want to get rid of. There, oh my god, I actually lucked into a Ghetto God hand, so that is super, super lucky. But I will take it. Now, I can actually snipe an idol up here, but it's probably smarter for me to take out the other units, so we'll do that. Let's go ahead and... I'm kind of really excited about what's about to happen here. So, Rally, Crimson Bull, there's our Ghetto God hand. And we're just going to move down here, up here like so, because I have new orders. Let's take out... That crossbowman is so sad, because he's like, I'm about to get my face blown off. That's right. Alright, so, you bastard, I guess I am. Was scared of Blast Strike. That's true, though. So this is... So now I'm in a better position. Like I said, the rallyings do help, but I have not by any means won this game at all. But at least I did get the State Machine out of there, too, so I can play cards like Sister of the Fox again. But without that infantryman getting dropped down there, I wouldn't have been able to clear his row. So I did actually manage a board clear at minute 24 of this game, round 20. No spectators, but there's not a lot of spectators to be had this time of day, either in the United States or Europe, which it's interesting just to see a lot of the player statistics here. There's a lot more people in Europe that play Scrolls, at least from what I've noticed. Oh. So good game to you two, the Mad Alchemist. Looks like I was able to demoralize my way to victory, but I guess that's Judgment sometimes. because I don't know. So he was trying to take board control, and I was just able to take it back with the rallies, and there we go. I have won a second game. Hooray! So the Mad Alchemist leaves the game. If you are a new player, hello, welcome to Scrolls. If you're not a new player, which I'm not sure you are or you're not, hello again, my old friend. He actually drew more scrolls than me, but that's kind of how that goes. Still just the same. I managed to win a second game. I have hit my minimum goal here. I do get 1 rare out of here. Like I said, I'd love to get 3. I'd really love to get 4, but I don't think 4 is happening. But I did manage to beat an energy order deck, so that was kind of a new scary thing for me to face. But this is Way to Fail with more Scrolls Growth Judgment. That's it for now. I will see you all next time.